put so much Vegemite on it. I think it's too much. Wash it down with some Vegemite water. Hey, it's Tom here. So for the next 24 hours, all the foods I'm gonna eat are gonna have Vegemite in it. I do love Vegemite. I do have it on my toast. I've seen you can have it in other foods, very rarely. I've seen people cook with it. I think my approach is gonna be using Vegemite as like a salt ingredient in meals. First things first though, I've gotta go shopping. I reckon I could do some like roasted potatoes with like Vegemite as like instead of salt. I think I could do like a beef pie or something. There's my pork belly. I think this is gonna be breakfast. First meal of the day, I'm gonna be doing scrambled eggs with Vegemite. We're also gonna do a Vegemite coffee. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my Tom classic scrambled eggs, and instead of salt and pepper, I'm gonna add in Vegemite, see how that tastes. I think this is actually gonna be okay. Making the scrambled eggs mix. Oof. That seems like a good amount. Now we mix. It's taking so long. Okay, we've got the mix. It's looking good. It took me so long to mix it all together, but it's a bit more orange than usual. We are just heating up the oil, and then we're gonna put the tomatoes and mushrooms on. I wish you guys could smell this right now because it's cooking and it smells of Vegemite. Like the smell coming out of the eggs is Vegemite. It's so strange. So I'm gonna have a Vegemite Cappuccino this morning. I have this coffee machine at home which makes like really sweet cappuccinos. So I'm thinking if I mix Vegemite with the cappuccino shot, then that will counter the sweetness. So let's give that a go. So we are adding a little bit of Vegemite into the espresso shot there. Let's see how this goes. Maybe that's enough. Oh, that's a lot. And that back on, and we're gonna put the milk. Time to try. Okay, breakfast is done. I've got my Vegemite scrambled eggs, and I've got my coffee. So it doesn't smell as sweet as it usually does. It's like a little bitter, a little sweet. It's kind of like a normal coffee. It's taken it from the really sweet coffee to a kind of normal tasting coffee. I quite like it actually. I think it's a good addition because sometimes this is just too sweet for me in the morning. And next we have the scrambled eggs with mushrooms and cherry tomatoes. It tastes like soy, like a little bit of like a soy sort of taste, I think. And it's not really that overpowering. Like maybe I could have put more in actually. Scrambled egg Vegemite, pretty good actually. Lunch, I think we're gonna try and make a pie. I think that's gonna be really bit of a challenge. And I think I'm gonna up the Vegemite a lot just because I think it's actually not as strong as you think once you cook it into something. I'm gonna finish this off, then we'll come back for lunch. Lunchtime, now we're gonna be making pies. I've never made a pie before. So first time I'm gonna make it is like a Vegemite pie. This probably can turn out really bad. Who knows, maybe it'll be really good. Maybe, I don't know. So this is everything I've got for the pie. Gonna fry this up for about 5 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna add the flour. So it says 2 teaspoons. It says plain flour. I've got soy, wheat flour, don't know what the difference is. Don't have any other flour. We're just gonna do this flour. Okay, now we're putting in the VB. VB, stock, then Vegemite. Next 3 steps. Okay, I got the Vegemite. Gonna put 2 teaspoons of that in. Okay, we've got a lot of Vegemite in there. We're gonna let that simmer for quite a while because it's really soupy. It's looking not great. I'm not confident in how it's gonna turn out. Peas are going in now. I don't know if peas soak up liquid, but hopefully they do. Okay, I've been simmering that for like an hour. I'm like hungry. It's smelling really Vegemite-y. I think it's almost ready to chuck on the pastry thing. So I'm gonna get the pastry thing ready and then we're gonna chuck it in the oven. Will this be big enough for this? Not really. Just making a bit of like egg wash to like make sure it sticks together. The meat is ready. The pie pastry thing is ready. Time to pour it in. Okay, the pie actually looks quite good. I gotta put the top on now and see how that gets. I'm gonna start off by putting this egg thingy on here because apparently that helps. On it goes. So how do I stick this on? I just squeeze it. Wash on the top. No, I don't know if I should do it like that, but I did. Okay, so it looks kind of good, but also kind of bad at the same time. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna go in the oven, but let's chuck it in and see what happens. There it is, the pie. Okay, timer just went off. So let's see how it's looking after 15 minutes. Holy shit. That looks burnt. Is that burnt? Okay, I fully thought I had to keep cooking it for like 15 more minutes, but that looks like pretty burnt, so I think I'm gonna have to take that out. It looks pretty good. So to accompany the pie, I'm gonna have this like Vegemite health water, which is hot water and Vegemite. Apparently that's quite good for you. I saw it online, so I don't know. And let's put it in and mix. Oh, gross, this looks disgusting. Okay, let's just leave it at that for now and let's get the pie ready. It smells very Vegemite-y. Okay, let's try the pie. This is the Vegemite pie. Looks pretty good. Oh wow. It's like got a real tingliness to it. Like a light, bitter sting to it. But it's quite lovely actually. I mean, it's a pretty decent pie for being made by me. Yum, I just devoured that. Wash it down with some Vegemite water. It's fine, it's just mostly not good because it's warm. Cheers. Okay, we're now on to our final dish. We have the pork belly. Based off the other dishes, I think this is actually going to be pretty decent. It's going to be like a normal roast thing, but with like a little bit of a salty, bitter kick to it, you know? Which I think works. I hate peeling potatoes, it's really boring. Okay, potatoes, they're in the bowl. We just chuck them in the microwave for a little bit to soften up. Just to soften up a little bit. Bit of Vegemite. Okay. That's looking okay, actually. Okay, potatoes are looking actually really kind of good. I don't know, like chuck them in the oven, get started on the carrots, then the pork belly. So we've got the carrots, the potatoes cooking, roasting away. Now we're gonna get the pork belly ready. I've never cooked pork belly before, but I think it's pretty straightforward. Let's get that prepared, so we can put it straight in the oven when these are ready. Okay, so there we go. Get some allspice. a little bit of Vegemite on top. Put so much Vegemite on it. I think it's too much. And yeah, a bit of like white vinegar and a bit of like spices, you know, seasoning. And yeah, we'll see how it tastes. Might be like the weirdest, worst pork belly ever. Very likely. Okay, putting the pork belly into the oven. I've got a tray here which is going to capture the liquids. And then I'm going to put it on top of here to sort of grill. And there we go. You can see how much Vegemite there is. Pork belly is cooked. I put in so much Vegemite onto this. It's crazy. I love the color of the top. It's really like a nice, yummy brown. The bottom is like another story. That is one sort of cross section of it. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, the moment of truth. I've got the Vegemite pork belly, the Vegemite carrots, and the Vegemite potato. It looks really charred and like kind of crispy, but I think it's actually just the Vegemite making it look like charred. So it's really savory. It's not really salty like most potatoes or like hot chips or something. But it doesn't really do too much, the Vegemite. It doesn't do a lot. Okay, let's try the carrot now. So there, it looks charred as well. It actually looks charred and like really nicely cooked. But it's just a Vegemite, it's a trick. Wow, these carrots are really soft. That's like sweet. I don't know if that's the carrot or if that's the Vegemite, but that's like sweet. Yeah, it's like a sweet, savory sort of mix. Right, that's just how carrots are cooked, right? Like they're caramelized or something. Maybe that isn't the Vegemite, that's just how carrots cook. Okay, the pork belly. This took a while to cook. I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay, there's my pork belly slice. Kind of looks pretty good, actually. The bottom bit tastes like kind of this quite strong flavoring bit of savoriness, which is nice. And then the middle bit's like kind of just like plain pork belly tasting, sort of here. And then that's just like the crunchy, yummy pork belly bit. It's pretty good. The sauce is really good. Alrighty, Vegemite day done. I have had 3 delicious meals, everyone with a pretty good amount of Vegemite. What was my favorite? The Vegemite pie. That was really actually pretty good. My takeaways from this is that Vegemite really does work as a sort of ingredient in other dishes. It's like really flexible. It's like a ballerina. It's like the ballerina of spreads.